agenda. An agenda that deals with the needs and suffering of our people.
Greetings, I'm Sister Crystal Muhammad, and you're tuned into the Black Power Cipher. Today's show promises to be informative, thought-provoking, and revolutionary, so don't touch that dial. And remember, as always, all power to the people and Black Power.
Welcome to another segment of the Black Power Cipher. I'm your host, Brother Nat Turner. You know what I'm saying? That we're gonna come at you with another informative show, you know, to try to get, once again, our people politically educated, because we have to be politically educated and be able to, you know what I'm saying, to survive here in the United States of America in terms of achieving liberation, you know what I'm saying, self-determination, where we can, you know, dictate our own lives, you know, how we going to live, how we want to see things through our own eyes, to be able to take care of our family, you know what I'm saying, our children, have our own educational systems, own institutionals, healthcare, everything, you know what I'm saying, just like any other group of people who want to be, you know, self-sufficient for their own survival, in terms of how they able to operate as a collective unit, as a family of people. You know what I'm saying? Today I got another one of my comrades on here with me, you know what I'm saying? Let him introduce himself right quick.
All right, Brother Keith, you heard us outside, to all the soldiers out there and the ones behind the wall, what's up?
Right on. Brother Keith, you know, we've been, you know, doing, you know, a lot of homework, you know, on these brothers and sisters who claim, you know, they activists or what have you. They have the best interests of our people in mind, you know, so all these different things. But we want to give them a idea of the treachery that goes on behind the so-called curtain, so to speak, for a lot of us, a lot of the brothers and sisters who don't understand this game and how the enemy is virtually operating in blackface. So we want to, you know, give, like I said, give the people an idea. And today we're going to give you an example with this so-called brother. You know, and it's hard to say that, but basically we're going to talk about this cat named Cedric Richmond. You know what I'm saying? This so-called this politician who's been trying to run for these different positions or whatever, stuff like that. So, Brother Keith, you know, give us, you know, like, get us into it, get us started with this cat named Cedric Richmond. You know, let the people, give the people an idea who this cat is, man.
First of all, I really came aware of him when there was white folks trying to oust Eddie Jordan, and I started locking in on him because he had secret meeting with Alan Cass. I think he the host of a show, Political Insider at the station, and he said, he basically, Alan Cass basically said that him and Cedric Richmond and J.P. Morrell met, and they promised him that they would ask for Eddie Jordan's resignation. So I was like, you know, how could a brother meet with a white boy and ask for the resignation of another brother who only doing his job when he indicted the 7 police on the Danzig Bridge? So, you know, when I started latching in on him, first thing I do, you know, sometimes you got to read the line Picayune and find the truth. And the truth I found out about Cedric Richmond is a lot of his bills that he passed in Baton Rouge that we don't know about is basically attack on poor black people. And when you catch a brother doing, so-called brother doing things like that, you got to lock on him, and you got to do your research, do your homework. You know, don't fall for the, oh, he's black and he's a Democrat and he's for the people. No, this brother has been doing some treacherous, double-crossing, conniving, betrayal acts behind our back. And, you know, he come off as, you know, in the public that he's a champion for the black people, black cause, whatever you want to call it. But this brother, all his bills has been basically against black people. And if we don't do our homework, you know, we're gonna be supporting somebody who basically cutting our throat.
Yeah, we getting in like, you know, like you know, you've been doing a lot, like I said, a lot of homework, a lot of research, and you know, like you have a lot of newspaper clippings. You was telling me something about a House Bill 31, where he was trying to pass this bill to pay the far as like it has something to like with the parole violation. You know, go into give us a
basically House Bill 31 by Cedric Richmond was a bill passed to revoke the powers of New Orleans local officials. You know, since the beginning of, our existence here, we always had this type of perk where if you poke, you might can go to your legislator or your judge, a local judge, and they basically sign you out if you got a minor offense like a traffic violation, a municipal charge, whatever. So he basically wanted to take that power away from local officials. So in other words, he wanted to make it impossible for if a poor person get in jail, he would not get out.
And you were saying something like, will he be able to? They'll be able to be paid $22.39, something like that a day, whatever. Like
and another thing, he passed House Bill number 131.
Okay, yeah.
This bill deals with parole and probation violators. In other words, if you get arrested for a parole probation violation, you're supposed to be returned to the Department of Correction to serve your time. The local sheriff shouldn't get paid off you. In other words, so he passed a bill allowing the state to pay Marlon Guzman to house parole and probation violators in Orleans Parish Prison, which was against the law. Yeah.
Now you were saying something where he was trying to have a bill passed or something like that, but short of checking himself if he made it to the floor in Congress. I mean, we was talking about that, remember? You say he was trying to pass something, but he didn't want to have it to the point where if he made his way down, it would in other words, he was cutting his own hand off.
In other words, House Bill number 31 basically was saying that he was going to take the power away from local officials. But they had one of his representatives in Baton Rouge, Joe Limpantino from Metairie, a Republican from Metairie, said, okay, if you want to do that, let's take away the parole power from all politicians in the state of Louisiana. He said, oh, no, you're going to run into trouble with the other, local legislators because they have that power too. So basically, he didn't want, cover the whole thing, taking away the power. He wanted to keep the power within himself. In other words,
that's what I was saying. That's what I thought was real interesting when you was explaining it to me. It's like almost he forecast himself winning, and he saw himself winning, and when he got there, he didn't want to have it to the point where he could. He would, like I said, he would check his own self, the way he would rob himself of that kind of power. But he wanted to rob the people that was underneath him, that would be underneath him. He's on a more local level, where if he was more state, then he would have the power, on the state level. That way he could look down on everybody and be able to control that rule. And we need to be clear on these things. The way, he's a shyster. He's a shyster. You know what I'm saying? And it's clear. And we ain't caught up into this. Listen. We're not worrying about stepping on nobody's toes. You know what I'm saying? It could be people in my family. We ain't worrying about stepping on nobody's toes. We ain't getting caught up to this class thing. We ain't getting caught up to this class thing. You know what I'm saying? We talking about the people, period, the collective of us. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no 10,000 at the sacrifice of 1,000,000 of us. We ain't get down like it be the other way around. You know what I'm saying? So we need business here. This ain't no show or nothing like that where we trying to like really worry about your feelings per se. But we have to say these things because we have to have the information on these people and how they operating. The white man understand this here. They don't walk around with sheets on no more. You know what I'm saying? Out in the clear, in the wide open, so you can say somebody, well, he a racist or he Ku Klux Klan. No, they operating a whole nother level. He's learning where he could organize a handful of Negroes, like Malcolm X said, there was a field nigga and a house nigga. So he understands we could organize a few field niggas. You know what I'm saying, to control, the majority of the black population in the United States of America. He'll take a few Asians and organize them so he can control the Asian population. He'll take a few Hispanic-speaking people, and organize them to control that population. So this is how he's operating, and we talking about us, African people, and we pointing out an example, a clear example of how this thing is being ran. Now the next thing, what we was talking about, We was talking about we had House Bill 146, you know, with the teleconferences, like with the inmates, where like instead of you appearing, you know, in the court on trial, you know, they got you, you know, on a monitor. You know what I'm saying? You were saying how like in terms of a violation, a constitutional violation of appear in court, right? The habeas corpus, right? So you know, get them a rundown on that.
Basically, you know, House Bill 146, you know, this brother, you really took away a person's right to appear in court physically. You know what I mean? Because you know, that's your habeas corpus right. If you under a illegal sentence, you got the federal habeas corpus right to appear in the court that sentenced you. But this brother took this away, so, you know, in other words, they call themselves saving the state money by gas and, you know, overtime for guards to bring you down here. And, you know, he basically cut that out.
Exactly.
So brothers, you know, if you're back there thinking you're going to appear in court, you're going to be in front of TV in your own jail, wherever you at. So you brothers, you know what I'm saying, you got to pay attention to this, brother.
Yeah, and they need to be informed of that, because it's supposed to be a violation, right? Right. And we understand this too, that what they have written on paper ain't worth their action. In other words, it don't come nowhere near, you know, their actions in terms of what they've been writing, the Constitutional Bill of Rights and all these different things. You know what I'm saying? Even the amendments that they, you know, that they claim they would give African people, you know, the right to vote and desegregation, all these different types of things. But it's how they operate, because, you know, we have to expose to contradictions. You know what I'm saying? In their whole system of things. In order for us to be able to understand that if we want change, we got to be the change. We have to you know, we have to do our homework, because we can't just, you know, run at the voting polls. You have to be out your mind. If you think, you know, these white folks built up America on the backs of African people in particular, okay, and then all of a sudden that they gonna turn around and relinquish, you know, 500 years of control, wealth, and power. You know what I'm saying? Just all of a sudden, just turn it over to African people, or give you the illusion that somehow, some kind of way, that we go down to the voting polls and we vote and our problems will be alleviated.